You got a player in Victor. Obviously, he's as tall as he is, as flexible as he is. What's the approach to being physical with him, but without giving him like 10 free throws tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a big challenge, for us. The league's never seen a guy like this, and, Victor can handle the basketball. He shoots threes, can post up, can pass. And so we got to be physical, but we got to be smart, not put him on the free throw line. But we can't let him, get to his sweet spot, get easy catches. And we just got to make sure we're aware of him all the time, crashing the glass as well.
How much does it help playing Wemby after a game where you played Lowry, a guy who he's off the ball a lot too. They move guys around, they're pass heavy, cut heavy, like Wemby, it's not like they're giving Wemby the ball and saying, cook everything for us. Like, he's in the flow of the offense. Like, how much does that help coming off a Friday night?
We got to do a better job. I don't know how much it helps, but we got to do a better job than we did in Utah, especially with just rebounding the basketball. 33-second chance points. We knew coming to the game that we had to be better. We're doing a good job of getting stops, but we got to come up with a possession and rebound the basketball. So it's going to be another tough challenge for us tonight, but we got to hit bodies first.
And, Coach, Victor obviously gets all the attention, but they have other guys like Devin and Keldon who've been putting the ball in the hoop. What type of challenge do they present for you guys tonight?
I just think in the offense they play in, catching goals, getting to the middle of the floor, spread the floor. Then you got two guys that shoot threes with Collins and Victor. So they put you at a disadvantage on the defensive end. So we just got to make sure we're locked in and we understand our principles and what we're trying to take away.
Ty, would you mentioned the second chance points, and you brought that up Friday night in Utah as well, but what else jumped out from the film about that second game, whether the kind of the slowness of the start or the execution of the finish?
A little bit of both, but I think it was more so the start. I think having 11 turnovers in the first half was just way too many. We want to have 12 for the game. We ended up with 14, but just having 11 in that first half, and now you're playing, behind the eight ball, which is tough, and so we got to do a good job taking care of the basketball was one of our main themes coming into camp, and then physicality defensively and rebounding the basketball. And so I thought in both of those areas we didn't do a good job.
Ty, that second chance points number from last game was pretty staggering. Hadn't been done in a few years for you guys. Like, when you watch the film back, what do you notice specifically that caused you guys to give up so many offensive rebounds and so many second chance points?
I think a lot of it was rotations, getting beat out the dribble, low man's coming over, shot goes up, and now you have smaller guys trying to box out bigger guys. But, Marketing had 5, and Collins had 5. And so it wasn't like Kessler only had 2. So it was the same size guys. So we got to make sure that, when we have size on size, we got to come up with those rebounds. We got to hit first, and that's got to be our mentality.
Hey, Ty, they say nobody has had as high of expectations heading into the league as Wemby other than LeBron, who obviously you coached. How did you manage that pressure and those expectations? How did you see him do it? What's the key to getting through that?
Me or I don't understand what you're saying.
As somebody who coached him.
Oh, Bron? I mean, at that point, he was already he was already Bron, So I just think, like Wemby, he's done a good job just handling like all the media, all the pressure, and he's in the best place you can possibly be. Pop's gonna protect him, make sure he's playing the right way, doing the right things, and so he's in a great place for his career, and you're only gonna see him get better.
Did you get any tips from Nicola Batum? Have special knowledge from him?
No, I think Nico's trying to protect him too. Yeah, that's his guy. He didn't give us any knowledge on him, but he's been talking about him for the last 3 years, and he was right. He's a really great player and a really young player, and I love the way he handles himself, team first. Just a really good dude, and I had a chance to meet him when I was over in Paris last summer. So a really good guy. Great parents as well.
What do you need to see from the second unit, especially when you have only one of the big guys in there?
I think the biggest challenge is going to be defensively, just making sure we can guard the ball, the point of attack defense, and then rebounding the basketball. So the biggest key is just going to be defensively. We got to be better, and so that's going to be the challenge.
You kind of felt Terrence's absence so far?
Yes, sir.
I know it's early yet, but you did mention wanting to keep Wembanyama out of his sweet spots. What have you guys kind of identified as being places on the court where he's been dangerous so far?
Just catching in the mid-post area, turning, shooting a turnaround jump shot. We got to just try to push him off the block, because once he goes into a shot, nobody's going to block it. So just trying to push him off his spot, not let him catch it as easy, make sure he's not comfortable, and just kind of go from there.
Ty, I know Marcus is out, coach's decision today. What's the plan for how involved he is right now when he's been inactive?
Oh, he's been very involved, and he's been great, especially with our young guys every day, staying after practice, playing the stay-ready games, getting himself ready. He missed a big part of training camp. He didn't play in preseason, so he's just trying to get his body right. But he's done a great job with our young guys, just bringing those guys along with Kobe and Jordan, Musa and Primo and those guys. So he's been really good.
So he has a potential role as an active roster guy still for you guys?
What you mean active roster? You mean playing?
Yeah,
Oh, yes,
eventually.
sir. Yes, sir.
Hey Ty, you mentioned getting to meet Wemby and family recent, like in Paris. Like what was that? Where was that meeting, or what was the context and how was it?
It wasn't a meeting like I was trying. I mean, I
Not a
just,
meeting, but
yeah.
like where? Okay.
You trying to
but-
get me fined?
No. Okay, that conversation. Like,
Yeah,
just
no,
describe
it was, I actually went to Paris on vacation and went with Nico to the game. We went and watched Victor's team play against LeBron's and them team. Victor didn't play, sat in the stands, and so we sat beside him and just talked to him about basketball through the game and had a chance to meet his parents and, took a picture with him, and it was like this. If you didn't focus right, you had it it was crazy picture, but just, got a chance to meet him, really good kid, and his family's great, so we just had a chance to spend a little time, at the basketball game and just kind of talk basketball and talk hoops and expectations, but he was really good, really nice guy.
What was Nico? Was the first time you heard about him from Nico, or did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been
What
talking
did-
about him the last 3 years.
What was your first time you ever heard about him? What did Nico say?
I'm not gonna say it. I can't say it. I can't say it. I can't. But he was just saying they got a special player. A really special player, and I never heard it because it was 3 years ago. I'm like, I didn't really know, but meeting him in person, is just seeing how tall he was, and just seeing when he walked in the gym, everybody went crazy. Everybody was going crazy for him. So right away, I knew exactly what he was talking about.